So this is in the city of Lawrence, where I believe this is called the Great Stone Dam. Some people call it the Lawrence Dam or the Lawrence Great Dam. I don't know too much about it. I believe it was built, looking up real quick, back in 1845 to 1848. And I believe somehow it generates some power to the city of Lawrence. So as you can see, it's partially frozen but not quite frozen. And I believe this is the side where they actually generate the power. That's a power plant off to my left there. You guys can see that. So you take a walk down and show you a little bit about the area. It's a little icy, so got to be a little careful out here. The bridge is a pretty long bridge to walk across. A lot of people like to jog on this little bridge and do whatever they do, but see, that's actually frozen too. Wow. All the audio, video surveillance signs up, so people are aware. No fishing, of course. Don't try that. Take a quick walk across and see what we see here. A lot of black birds. I guess they call those sparrows. Quite a few of them in this area. As you go further down, you might see more coming up across the area on the other side. So just because the water looks like it's frozen on top, it's moving underneath, just so you guys know. So it might be cold out right now, but it's you guys can make that out. It's sort of black, I don't know what you call them. I think they're called crows, but they're all in that area right there, if you can see them all. The image of the water is moving in certain spots, so just because the birds can sit on top of it doesn't mean it's not moving underneath, because as you can see, it's very well much moving underneath. So that the further you walk in, the more weaker it is, if you know what I'm talking about. And this is the time of year when a lot of people like to test the waters and see how they can walk across. Rule of thumb, I wouldn't do it. For a moving body of water to freeze, you would have to have like at least 2 to 3 weeks of sub-zero weather for it to even partially get frozen. You know, the deeper the water, the harder it is to freeze it. So look at this right now. You see how this water is moving? That water is not frozen at all, because a moving body of water is a lot harder to freeze. Up there it's more still, so obviously the top layer has frozen, or should I say appear to be frozen, because it's not necessarily frozen. Maybe you might have 4 to 6 inches of ice that could be frozen on the top. That's why a lot of times you see people ice fishing, they cut out a hole in the ice and start fishing, so underneath it's not solid. So just keep that in mind, because I see a lot of people walking on ice as if they can necessarily do that, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Then you can always avoid the people coming out there to rescue you. You don't want people rescuing you for no reason. To give you kind of a idea how this is set up. I don't know if you guys can make out that water pouring out the side over there. I can't get an angle from here, but right in there. That's where all that water seems to be dumping in. But that's coming from the power plant side, just so you guys know. That's coming from that little, if you would, right there. Coming from there and it's dumping out to there. Just walk over there and then we'll walk. Well, we don't have to go any further because you kind of can see everything from here, so I don't really have to go any further over there. Yeah, there's not much else to see over here. Everything is pretty much on this side. So you kind of get the idea of what's going on. Some of y'all probably never seen this or passed by it, never knew what it was. I think they have the same exact setup like this over in what's the next town? Like Lawrence, not Lawrence. What's the next one? Lowell going that way. But this is all part of the Merrimack River. So when you hear people talk about the Merrimack Valley, this is all that Merrimack Valley they're talking about. You always hear it on the news, Merrimack Valley. Years and years ago, I think this all used to be like factories. Like I don't know the proper term for it. It was like mills and factories back then, all along the river, because it was easy to export goods off the river that way. At least that's what I believe it to be. I have to go do some more research to find out for sure. But there used to be a lot of factories, mills, stuff of that nature. Now they turn them into like lofts, apartment buildings. What else they use them for? They might use them for some commercial space. You see all the water kind of filtering through the dam. So whatever's not used to the power plant comes off through the dam over here. And if they ever get like an overfill, they'll probably open the gates a little bit more to let more water come out. Right now, that's how they that's what they do. I don't know exactly how they control it, but I believe there's at the top, there's a way they divert that water going the other way. Like if you could look real close, you see a part of the water that's not frozen right there. So that right there has more movement than over here. So that tells me that they're moving more water that way than this way. We're gonna head back over there and see what else we can see. Let's see what we got over here. So, and they let too much water at one time, you could potentially have a disaster down here too. If all that water was to rush down here at one time, that could probably flood the lower part of the city. I imagine those birds must be feeding off of something on the top of the ice there. Who knows? Hey guys, never seen a cloud of birds like that before, huh? It's a lot of them. When I say a lot, it's a lot of them. It's quite a few of them. Alright guys, I figure I'll show you the Lawrence Dam, or the Stone Wall Dam, or the Lawrence Great Dam. I'm not too sure what they call it, but I know they got a few names they call it. Somebody correct me with the proper terminology. I think it was originally called the Great Stone Dam. Then they called it the Lawrence of the Dam of Lawrence. Then they might have changed it to the Lawrence Great Dam. I could be wrong on that. Alright guys, that's what we have. Thanks for watching. If I see anything else important, I will get back to you. Catch you guys on the next one.